Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel BioSmart Academy. In today's lecture, we will discuss about the cells of the immune system. We will discuss about the cells of the immune system. As we previously taught the first part of these cells of the immune system, and this is the second part. Okay, this is the second part. So basically, please be remain with me and my lectures because these all lectures are very much useful for competitive examination like CSIR, and you will find very much help from these lectures. So please subscribe my channel and share to those people, those friends who needs this lecture. Please subscribe and share as much as possible. So in the first part we will discuss totally about the lymphoid progenitor cell. As we already discussed, already taught that hematopoietic stem cell is the originated from the for all these cells, and hematopoietic stem cells are of two type. One is lymphoid progenitor and one is myeloid progenitor. So basically, we yesterday we learn that lymphoid progenitor are basically four types. One is B cell, one is T cell. Yesterday we discussed briefly about two types of cells, and another two types is NK cell and dendritic cell. And I taught both of these NK cell and dendritic cell in the previous lecture. So basically, lymphoid progenitor cell are basically completed in brief way. So if you don't see these all lectures, then please go in my video section and please watch all these lectures. Okay, I will also put a link in the description box of all this lecture. Now today we are going to study cells of the immune system second part, which is basically myeloid progenitor cell. So let's begin. Now the first thing that is came in our mind, that basically myeloid cells are which types of cell? It is different from lymphoid. Yes, it is basically different from lymphoid cell. Myeloid progenitor cells basically include the granulocyte cells and monocytes mainly. Okay, and in granulocytes it basically includes three types of cell. One is neutrophil, one is eosinophil, and one is basophil. As you have seen these structures, see, this is a structure of neutrophil, this is a structure of eosinophil, and this is a structure of basophil. These three types of granulocyte cells are present in the myeloid progenitors. And another one is monocyte. This is a structure of monocyte, and from monocyte a macrophage can arise, which is basically invade the tissue space, and they remain there as tissue macrophage. Okay, we will discuss the details of macrophage in next class or in next lecture. Today we briefly discuss about these three types of cells as well as monocyte. So let's first start with the neutrophil. Okay, as I already classified these three types of granulocyte cells as neutrophil, eosinophil, and basophil. Okay, now first of all, neutrophil. Neutrophil is also known as PMN. What is this PMN? PMN is polymorphonuclear leukocyte. Why polymorphonuclear leukocyte? Because of irregular shaped nuclei. As I already shown you the figure of the neutrophil, this is a figure, irregular shaped of the nuclei. Okay, and because of these irregular lobes, these are known as basically polymorphonuclear neutrophil. Okay, now it has multi-lobed nucleus, as I already shown in the picture, and it is granulated cytoplasm. Yes, obviously it is granulated because it basically a part of granular site. That's why it is granulated. See, these dots are, this is basically a sign of granulated. Okay, so it is basically granulated cytoplasm. And one is very important thing you have to remember, that it stain with both acidic dye and basic dye. I give you a task in your to all of you. Please name one acidic dye and name one basic dye in the comment box. Okay, name one acidic dye and name one basic dye in the comment box. Now, so neutrophils are basically stain with both acidic dye as well as basic dye. Both stain with acidic dye and basic dye. Neutrophil are stain with both acidic dye as well as basic dye. Now, in the total WBC, it basically constitutes 50 to 70%. If we see the total WBC, if we see the total WBC, then 50 to 70% nucleosides are present. Okay, 50 to 70% nucleosides are present. Okay, and the most important point which is related to neutrophil and which is very much important from examination point of view, which I want to mark you, many times in question, this question have been asked in the examination previously, that is neutrophils are phagocytic in nature. This is very important. Neutrophils are phagocytic in nature. So please remember this point, that neutrophils are phagocytic in nature. Okay, so this is all about the neutrophil. The most important points I taught you. Please go through these points. Okay, now next slide is of eosinophil. So what are eosinophil? First of all, I want to remind you that eosinophil is basically a bilobed nucleus. A bilobed nucleus. Just look at this picture. See, one lobe and another lobe. So it has two lobe, that is bilobed nucleus. Okay, I think now this will be clear. See, one lobe and another lobe. So it is bilobed nucleus. So first of all, eosinophils are bilobed nucleus, and eosinophils are stained with only acidic dye. Okay, please name one acidic dye. If you know, then please comment on the comment box. Okay, now in the total WBC, as I mentioned, that neutrophils are present about 50 to 70%. Like that of neutrophil, eosinophils are present only 2 to 5% in the total WBC. So this is one of the major character. The most important character of eosinophil is this point. Okay, this point is most important. What is this? That is neutrophils, eosinophils are motile phagocytic cells that can migrate. Okay, that can migrate from blood into the tissue space. That is migrate in blood into the tissue space. And the main, that is the most important point, that is the main role. What is the main role, or what is the main function of this eosinophil? The main function of this eosinophil is to provide protection against protozoa and helminth parasite. You may got this type of question many times in the examination, that what type of myeloid progenitor, what type of granulocyte are basically provide protection against the protozoan and helminth parasite. So basically these are eosinophils which provide protection against protozoa and helminth parasite. Okay, so eosinophil are those granulocytes which basically provide protection against protozoa and helminth parasite. So please note it down. This is the most important point of this eosinophil topic. Now the last point is that how it protect. Basically, this can also be asked in the examination. This point is also very very important. I just remind you all that I put most important point in my presentation, so that you will study most important things, so that you will get each and every question in your favor and you can easily answer. Okay, you can easily answer. So basically that's why I put all the important things in my presentation. So how they provide protection? They basically release cationic peptides. What? Cationic peptides and reactive oxygen intermediate into the ECF. And by the release of cationic peptide and oxygen intermediate, they provide protection against the protozoa and the helminth parasite. Now the next slide is of basophil. Basophil, as the name suggests, it is basically related to IgE antibody. The first point is of IgE antibody. Please remember this important point, that is IgE antibody. Please remember this. Now, first of all, it has lobed nucleus. As you can see this figure, this is basophil, lobed nucleus. That is lobes are present. Okay, this is lobed nucleus. It also consists of only 1% of total WBC. 50 to 70% consists of neutrophil, 3 to 5% consists of eosinophil, and basophil consists only 1% only 1%. Okay, and these are the only granulocyte which are basically non-phagocytic in nature. Please remember this point. That is, basophil are the only granulocyte which are non-phagocytic in nature. Question may be asked from in examination that which of the following granulocyte are basically non-phagocytic in nature. So the answer will be basophil are the only granulocyte which are basically non-phagocytic in nature. Okay. Now, next important point is that how it work. It releases a substance called allergic response, and this allergic response is related to IgE antibody. What this allergic response is related to? IgE antibody. Okay, IgE antibody. So that's why I mentioned earlier that it is basically related to IgE antibody. Please remember this important point, IgE antibody. And it releases some molecules, for example histamine and prostaglandin. So this is all about the basophil. I think I make you clear about the granulocytes of the myeloid progenitor, that is neutrophil, basophil, eosinophil. If you have any problem or any query, please comment on the comment box. I will give you as much as possible. I will give you the reply, and please name one acidic dye and one basic dye in the comment box. And in the description box I put down the link of the cells of the immune system part 1 video. If you don't watch that video, please watch that. Now the last part of the slide is of monocyte. Okay, as I already mentioned, monocyte. From monocyte, what is obtained, what we get? Macrophage. Okay, macrophage. And I make a video on macrophage and adjuvant tomorrow, and with that video I think that the basic part of the immunology will be clear. Then we start the major part of the immunology that is very important from examination point of view. So let's study monocyte. So basically, what are monocytes? Monocytes are basically mononuclear, means single nucleus phagocytic leukocyte. Means if you see the structure of monocyte, you will find a single nucleus. Okay, so this is monocyte, single nucleus. And second point is that it is also phagocytic in nature. Okay, it means monocyte are, first of all, two important point you can see in this slide. One is monocytes are mononuclear, okay, and second point is that monocytes are phagocytic in nature. Two important point. Okay, and it basically circulate in the bloodstream. It basically circulate in the bloodstream for about 8 hours. And after 8 hours, it enlarge in the bloodstream and migrate to the specific tissue, where they are differentiated into tissue macrophage. Okay, so basically monocytes are mononuclear, phagocytic in nature. They basically remain in the bloodstream, where they mature. They remain in the bloodstream for about 8 hours, where they enlarge, and then they migrate into the tissue, where they differentiated into tissue macrophage. So this is all about the monocyte. Okay, now tomorrow I teach about macrophage in detail and adjuvant. So these two important topic that I will taught you all tomorrow. So please remain with me for tomorrow's lecture, and remain with me for the whole course, as I will decide that I taught as much as possible the whole course, whole syllabus of this CSIR NET, so that you can qualify any examination related to life science, either GATE, NET, ICMR, anything, DBT, anything, because I will clear each and every concept, and you will get all these video lectures in free. Okay, just subscribe and share to those friends who need all these lectures. So meet you all tomorrow. Till then, thank you.